Prince is alive and is his sister, Tyka Nelson. That is actually Prince. And there's a few reasons I believe this to be true. Skeptics would say, well, they're brother and sister, but where are the photos of them together? I could not find one single photo of them together and their brother and sister.
She was either my sister or we were the same person. We were the same person.
She, he's a major superstar, rich and famous, while she's a crack whore. That's her story. She was a crack whore, selling her body to buy Pampers for her kids, right? So, apparently he helped her out now and then, go to rehab, whatever. But so he's going to let his younger sister sell her body for crack, and her two kids, her two sons, to suffer while he's a rich and famous rock star. Really? You believe that story? So I got two photos of, I got Prince on the bottom. His sister, Tyka, will be overlaid on top. You can see they're in different places right now, so I have to adjust it, and you simply slide this thing. And this whole right eye place here is exactly lined up. Now the nose may be slightly bigger here. It does appear to be slightly bigger, but that's not too hard to adjust. This one's smiling a bit more, and this one has a mustache, but the lips basically match up, don't they? The chin matches. You can see the chin. Look at the chin here. Same chin. It's just fatter, right? Heavier, fatter. You can see, again, fatter face down there, but the jawline structure basically the same. Got a lot of hair covering the face on this one. And even Tyka's got this weird little third eye thing going on in the forehead. So if you put this hair, essentially what you have is put this hair on Prince's head, gain, whatever, how many pounds that is, 30 pounds or 20, 30, I don't know how many. I mean, that's identical, man. That is identical. And that was, I've already basically came to the conclusion that it's very likely that these are the same two people before I did this photo thing, okay? Because all signs pointed in that direction. This was just the final thing. And again, I wasn't expecting it to match because I wasn't sure if I could get the right two photos where they're facing the same direction, basically, that would line up. Maybe I'll try to tweak around a little bit more, but that's basically close enough for me. And then you got all these signs where, he's basically an Illuminati celebrity type of guy, right? All these Illuminati signs pushing the androgynous agenda, which goes back to the Baphomet. It's a big part of the occult. Okay, so it's really a religious thing for them, and he's got these ties to being visited by angels as a young child, and making these very cryptic comments where he has gender identity issues, where he's really a woman. He's got these alter egos, female alter egos. Camille saying things like that's who he really is and all these things. And maybe Prince was born a woman and this is who he really is, and maybe he's happy. I don't know, very, very talented artist. I've seen his live shows. Obviously some kind of supernatural power flowing through him, creating that music. Really, I mean, most people I've talked to have said the same exact thing, But Prince is very steeped in the occult, in the Illuminati. Unfortunately, I'm a Minnesota native, okay? I grew up close to to Paisley Park. My band played at 7th Street Entry, which is attached to, it's in a small little club in the back of First Avenue. I've been to First Avenue many times. I grew up there. I don't live there now, but I grew up there, so Prince was a big part of the local music scene. It's a hoax, essentially. It's a hoax. And for whatever reason, maybe they just figured, who knows why they would do it. Maybe, the guy seemed to love making music, right? So why would he just stop doing that? Maybe he really is a woman, But even this Tyka character looks a bit like a trans, so either, maybe maybe Prince is androgynous, He may as well be. So Prince is alive. Prince is a very interesting case study, though. He kind of revealed a bit, in his interviews. He was kind of letting on. So, you got to wonder, too, do they just let these people go? Maybe they just say, okay, Prince, you've done your job. All right, your legacy will live on anyway, so we'll let you go. Take a break. You can retire. Maybe this is how they retire, And just think, if you have two genders, right, you can just kind of switch to the other one, and no one will even know. You can retire anonymously. It gives you a kind of an alternate life to live, right? So maybe they just said, hey, Prince, good job. You really did a great job, and you've earned your retirement. Fake your death, and you can live life as a woman, and no one will even know. That seems to be what's going on, isn't it? So most people, conspiracy theorists were saying, oh, it was an Illuminati sacrifice. They killed the prince, right? But no, Illuminati sacrifices mean they fake the death, and these people live on as another gender. It's probably what happened. So this whole Diana thing, Princess Diana, living now as David Furnish, Elton John's husband, and they were like on the first day of the whole gay marriage thing, they were there, getting married, pushing that agenda. So Illuminati sacrifices are the faking of a death, so that these people maybe can just take a break or something. Maybe, who knows what the real reason is, but it seems to be something like that. And maybe there's some deeper occult, propaganda is, demonic agenda there too. We don't know, but their legacy certainly lives on. They become very popular again after their death, of course. David Bowie, we'd have to look into that one as well. There's certainly something. He releases this satanic album the day he dies, or the day before he dies. Something weird going on. Prince and his little third eye, all-seeing eye thing going on up until his supposed death, and all the signs, the kind of scripted things. He's getting sick on a plane, and I have a bootleg of him, his concert. It was like 2 weeks before his supposed death. He sounds fine, just him on a piano. He sounds great. He sounds perfectly healthy, right? So, he was not addicted to drugs. There's no indication of that. He was a very healthy person, flawless performer, gifted, talented, transgendered, demonically possessed entity, right? So, really what we have here is a classic example of an MK Ultra type of child born and bred and raised to be an Illuminati celebrity. It's a psyop, man. It's a psyop. There she is. There he is. Prince is alive. And another thing about Prince is that all of his ex-wives or ex-girlfriends were transgendered secretly. So I've covered this topic extensively on my channel. That's a lady boy, Carmen Electra. Yeah, these are all, so he's associated with hanging out with trannies, secret trannies, like Kim Basinger, that's a tranny. Susanna Hoffs, who talked about the Bangles before. I wasn't sure about her then. I am now. Vanity. Apollonia is another one. This was his wife, Mady, whatever her name is. That's a tranny. Yeah, Apollonia, tranny. Just, very large woman. And there's more. He's been associated with plenty of them. And he himself, his whole image was about gender bending, right? So I believe he is secretly transgendered, most likely born a female. And he talks about that in interviews, and I'm going to show you some videos. Let's see what he has to say, all right?
The symbol came to you, and the symbol is like a combination of female and male?
Yes. Recent analysis has proved that there's probably two people inside of me, and we haven't determined what sex that other person is yet.
Did you say I'm not even sure what sex it is, or he or she or it is? Did you say that?
Yeah.
I thought I heard that. What I'm getting from you is that you were very much in touch with both sides of yourself, your masculine and feminine side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And always have been. And so people grow up thinking that you're weird or that you're gay because of it, and that never bothered you?
Hey. Whatever floats the boat.
Literally, like another personality you're talking about.
Well, what they seemed to find was that it was someone I had created when I was 5 years old.
Really?
For whatever reason, I'm not sure yet, but I hope to find out.
Does that person have a name that we could call?
That's what is so interesting to me, is that I think that's why I changed my name. I think that's who I am now.
Really?
Yeah, I very much feel divorced from Prince.
You really do?
Yes. The slavery that I had undergone was in my mind, and as well as the business that I was in.
You always this pretty?
It's all for you. I'd like to thank Rand Levy, Londell McMillan, my beautiful family, including my siblings, Sharon, Noreen, Johnny, Alfred, Omar, but especially to the bottom of my heart. Thank you so, 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 so very much for loving our brother Prince.